Hi there. Welcome to Hourglass Workshops and Conversations with Nancy and Cheryl. I'm Nancy Burns. I'm an acupuncturist in San Jose, California.
I'm Cheryl Seavey. I'm a writer and blogger on women's issues, also in San Jose, California. Today, we've been chatting about one of the topics that Nancy's been talking to with several of her patients in the last few days. So, Nancy, you want to launch into this?
A little too much togetherness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a topic of conversation. I think we've been stuck inside a little too long with the same people, and it's starting to really get to people. And I'm reminded of a story I was telling Cheryl earlier today about when my daughter was in kindergarten. One of her close friends was a twin, and they were 5, and they had a little brother who was 3. And the mom, every afternoon, she would set the kids down at 4 o'clock in front of their special little TV show that they watched, and they had their little snacks, and she trained them that for 1 hour they were not to bother her, and she would go into her room and take a nap, do whatever. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, how self-indulgent. But now, looking back on it, I'm thinking, how smart was she? She not only had time for herself, but she trained her children to honor time for themselves, number one, and she modeled the fact that adults need time alone.
Yes.
And I think that's probably something all of us need. What do you think?
I think so. I think in today's world, however, she'd probably get arrested for child endangerment or child abandonment. But I'm sure she still kept them safe. But I think that one of the things that we tend to do, certainly as mothers, we tended to give it all until we just dropped into exhaustion. Yeah. And even with togetherness, you need times of separation. You can be together in the same house, but you can still be separate in your own interests and in your own world.
I think you have to claim that space.
Yes.
I think you have to say, just like she did, okay, I need an hour to myself.
Right.
And whether that's going into your bedroom and shutting the door, going outside and not listening to where's this, where's that, I need this,
Right.
But train your kids and your husband now. Husbands are harder to train.
You think? So it's too late for me, but I think sometimes just taking a book and going into the other room, but the interruptions, the little annoyance that gets to me is that when they yell at you from the other room, they're not yelling because they're mad, but they're yelling to get your attention, and it breaks whatever you're doing. And then you realize I don't have time. So I like the idea of she claimed that with her young children.
Yeah.
And the other thing I really liked is she was modeling that,
Exactly.
Because I think that we grew up with moms that, that were not in a bad way.
Just selfless. They were selfless.
Yes. Yes.
And it was criticized if you were not. Yeah. I mean, even I looked at that as my health self-indulgent at the time, because I thought moms had to be there for their kids and their husbands all the time,
Yeah. But when we're there too much for others, we're not there for ourselves. And then we get depleted. I noticed that, that I get kind of snarky. Sarcastic. My responses when he is calling me from the other room is not a gracious, loving comment. It's kind of snarky. And so
it's like, you've got legs, use them.
Right. But I think I could be.
I just is nice,
Yeah. Right. So I think to kind of to challenge or to kind of break that up a bit is just to say, hey, look, I need about an hour. I'm going to go in the room and I'm going to read a book, and unless the house is on fire, which of course, given today's world, that's probably that can I please just have this time? And
don't exit without me.
Right. Yeah. So there's a point where togetherness is important and when it's not. And I think the other thing too is that when we do feel that we're giving too much, we don't take that time for ourselves, and we don't do things that are good for us.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
in closing, I would say, what delights you? What makes you feel good?
Yeah. Do one delightful thing every
Mhm.
day, even if it's 5 minutes. Do
Yeah,
something that makes you smile
yeah,
and makes you happy inside every day.
yes,
You know,
yes,
for yourself,
right,
not for everybody else, you know.
right, right.
So,
So anyway, so if too much is getting you down, be sure and send us a comment about what tips are working for you. Clearly, we can use them. And so until next time, I'm Cheryl.
and I'm Nancy.
Bye now.
Bye.